What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my content. You know 2022 is going to be a crazy year when it comes to upcoming video games, movie projects, etc. But when it comes to Ninja Turtles, I feel like it's one of those franchises that you should be excited for. Not only that, but this right here is something that you need to be talking about for sure. Because we're going to go behind the scenes of Shredder's Revenge, as well as like this 13-minute clip of the gameplay. And you know what, there's so much Ninja Turtles fiasco that I'm gonna go over right after this reaction video. So sit back, relax, and let's just enjoy this behind the scenes stuff of how this game came to be.
Really, it's really a passion project.
If I were going back in the past and telling my younger self, like, hey, you're gonna work on a TMNT game, I would be like, what? Like, that's amazing, yes. So yeah, it feels pretty cool.
What kind of music? Wait, is this from the game or is just from the current game?
We grew up with TMNT.
Oh, I bet you I did.
remember at Halloween dressing up as Donatello. It's always been like really present in my childhood.
So Donatello is your favorite?
Actually, Raphael is my favorite.
Because we're already working on Streets of Rage 4, we already had in mind to do a
Wait a
beat 'em
second,
up.
hold up. So these were the same people that made the Streets of Rage 4 game? Yo, this is interesting. I'm learning something a lot.
Sing with Nickelodeon, and then we met at GDC, and they told me that someone else was pitching the same kind of project than we were pitching.
And
Well, I could be wrong.
Yeah, we just
let me know in the
decided
comments
to
below.
join forces. The decision to go for the 87 TMNT is really...
Oh yeah, the comics, of course.
Because that's what we grew up with, and that's that's where our heart
goes,
stayed.
Right?
Yeah.
I think also that's what fans really wanted to see as well. There was a lack of seeing some 87 design coming back in some sort of way, and with a retro game, it just makes sense. Working on the TMNT license is great, but working on the TMNT license from that era is even greater because it just like makes so much nostalgia for us and for the people we work with. It just made sense basically.
Yeah, all the research was already done. Our kid self
Exactly.
did all the work back then.
You know, since these were the same people that made the Streets of Rage 4, why don't they use that design to put out a Ninja Turtle show for Netflix? Like a 10-episode season for like part 1. I would have binge watched that show just for the designs alone. Let's continue.
It was really exciting to go back to that. I think also the beat 'em up genre was really at its prime around the 90s.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
So it just made sense to go back to that design and that era.
Man, it's so good to be a Turtles fan. Like, y'all don't understand.
We really wanted to show people where we were going for, and that's why we choose as well to do a fully animated trailer with the original track from the show. I knew that people would love what you guys.
Like I said, they need to use those designs to make a TV show out of it on Netflix. Trust me. Like I said before, I'm gonna binge watching this show because I love Ninja Turtles, and when it comes to the the animation designs like this would be a perfect Netflix show. I'm telling you.
Amazing, and it's just exactly what people were looking for. So I was pretty confident it was going to work out.
I feel like the TMNT games were really at its prime during the arcade era of the 90s. So it only made sense to go back to the roots.
All the toys, the comics, the show, when we started working on the project, it all came back to me, kind of like even the toys I had back in the days, the ones that I really cherished, and that we could see in the game. It was super exciting because in the end, like, you can relive that period, and with a game like that, especially with those beautiful pixel art, it was just perfect with that design, and I'm glad that Nickelodeon let us do that, definitely.
Yeah, that was definitely a dream.
Dotemu and Tribute Games, I think, share the same passion for retro games. I looked yesterday a bit at your office, and there is someone in your team working on old consoles already. You know, like it's just the same. It feels at home almost.
Yeah,
you know.
most
Yeah, I
definitely.
think we share a lot of things in common in that regard. Like you guys have done so many remakes and taken some old games and revitalized them.
We were still working on Streets of Rage 4 while we started working on, at least on the project of doing a new TMNT beat them up. And I really like the fact that you guys had a different approach.
I think there's obviously going to be a comparison with TMNT and Streets of Rage, and yes, they're beat 'em ups, but they have totally different pace and
Oh yeah, most definitely, especially this game right
dynamics.
here.
So yeah, I think it's really good that you guys have that experience and you shared that with us.
Man, look at it. Oh my God,
This
I
is
cannot
actually
wait to
the
see
second
someone coming out.
TMNT
Like,
game
it
that
could
I've
not get
worked
here
on.
any sooner.
I also worked on the TMNT game for Game Boy Advance. That was like really a dream back then.
Yeah.
It still had its limitations, like the Game Boy Advance doesn't have really good support for multiplayer.
At all.
And we all know that TMNT needs to be played for players.
Yeah.
So this is like a second chance at really doing the best project that we could imagine.
Congrats to the Tribute Games team, because it's been a tough development process, especially with the current situation with COVID-19. But yeah, the result is great, so really looking forward to it.
I don't know what to say other than I'm looking forward to June, because it's the month that this game comes out, and you know I'm going to be talking about it throughout the entire month of June when I get my hands on this bad boy. And not only that, the Cowabunga collection, I'm going to get that game as well. I'm a Ninja Turtles fan at heart because I love the franchise, but when it comes to games like this, it's giving me plenty of reasons why I need to buy it. If you thought this would excite you enough, wait until you see the next video I'm gonna upload, and trust me, it's good news. I'll see y'all then.